Heaven, know you beautiful and gorgeous souls out there. Welcome to the Healing Rainbow. Let's look at the 20 telltale signs that you are a true twin flame. Number 1, soul recognition. You know this person. You know this soul. You've had that moment where you stared into each other's eyes and there was that feeling of that familiarity. A feeling that you've known this person your entire life, through all your lifetimes. Number 2, a feeling of home. When you're with your twin, you recognize and you remember what home is, where home is. It's just this very strong sensation of being home. 3, a fierce and powerful magnetic pull. When you're in their presence, there's a strong urge to always touch and sit as close to each other as you can. It's a feeling of like some force is pushing you physically to be close to them. And even when you're not together physically, that strong urge to want to talk to them, a need to talk to and be with them. There's chemistry between the both of you and a passion of intensity. Number 4, telepathy. You know what they're thinking and what they're feeling, and you've tested it out by asking. And when you're not around them, you get this feeling that they are thinking about you. So you ask, and they answer with a yes. So when you find yourself thinking about your twin, that's when you know they are thinking about you. Number 5, synchronicity. You hear and see their names everywhere. Movies, books, signs. When you're talking to people, they remind you of your twin. Could be something they said or something they did. When you're listening to music, you feel like your twin is singing the songs to you. It's like those messages are for you. People start looking like your twin. You begin to have experiences like you can see and you know what they're doing. For example, if you're picking up your cell phone and looking at the time, you know that's what they're doing too. Everything and anything reminds you of them. Number 6, obsessive thoughts and sexual desires are intensified. You can't stop thinking about them. It just becomes so insidious. Sometimes you just can't seem to stop thinking about them. Time can pass so fast when you're lost in those thoughts, lost in those fantasies, those dreams. You have a hard time staying on track and concentrating, finishing things that you're supposed to be doing. If you're at work, you're having a hard time completing what needs to be done. 7, you have this empty feeling like you're missing something, and you felt this your entire life until you met your twin. 8, you've always been searching for that one true love, as you've always known that it was real. And somebody asks, well, what does love mean to you? But you could not explain it until you met your twin, and now you know what that love is. 9, your chakras were activated and they lit up like a Christmas tree, especially when you were standing in front of them and you're embracing each other and your chakras lined up. 10, your heart chakra opened up and you feel unconditional, divine, and true love. You meet God within this space. You see your twin as a god or goddess. You know, God is shining through them. That's that feeling of home. 11, intuitive knowing they are the one. You always knew in that search for that person. When you met them, you would know. 12, your wounds were triggered. Those patterns and the trauma came to the surface in order to be healed. 13, you mirror the same childhood traumas, such as rejection and abandonment. 14, you've tried to cut the cords with your twin, but failed. Because when you activated those wounds, triggered those wounds between each other, one of those twins ran away. And you experience this grief and just the overwhelming sensation of your wounds that have opened. And you've tried to forget them, but no matter what, you couldn't. It may have been years since you've seen or spoke with them, but maybe you've texted. And nothing in this bond has changed over that long period of separation, and that you feel the same way. Just know that there is no cords between you and your twin. It's a soul bond. It's one soul. You can never remove your twin from you, no matter the deep pain. 15, you feel your twin with you spiritually. You always feel their soul essence, that energy. When you were with them, you know what they feel like. And you can feel them in the same room with you. Sometimes it feels like they're actually touching you, holding you, making love to you. 16, you're beginning to remember who you are. And you start to realize that you are an indigo child. 17, you begin to receive downloads and transmissions from Sirius and Orion. 18, you begin to receive messages from Isis and Osiris. And these messages and downloads that you're receiving, that remembering, is remembering that you are a god, a goddess, an ember of that one eternal flame. Because Sirius and Orion, they are the original twin flame energy. And Isis is from Sirius. Osiris is from Orion. And they too are twin flames, the Egyptian god and goddess. He sends you those soul messages, those transmissions of remembering who you are and that you are a divine child of God. 19. You and your twin have the same life purpose, that you realize that you are on an ascension path to return home to oneness, and that you're both here to anchor that unconditional divine love onto this earth, to change that lower frequency into a higher frequency, moving from the 3D to the 5D. 20. You begin to receive your spiritual gifts. So your third eye begins to open fully, and your crown, as your heart has opened, and then your throat, and so on. So your higher chakras have opened, where you begin to receive more of those spiritual gifts. That's why you began to receive all those downloads from Isis and Osiris. And you know that you're on that ascension path to oneness. And you are here to also learn that unconditional divine love for yourself. And in doing this, you begin to share this unconditional divine love with the world. Because when you started to remember, you know that you are from the stars, that you are an ember of the eternal flame. And when you came here to Earth, you were a light body. You both were light bodies. And you came here to Lemuria, where things were the way they were supposed to be. You lived as God. And then when Lemuria sank, there was Atlantis. And when you were on Atlantis, things began to change over time. There became a disconnection with Source and God. You weren't a light body anymore. Dark forces came in, and that's when they began to take over the world. You lost connection with yourself, with Source, and with your twin flame. As you were from Sirius and Orion, and then eventually you moved to Egypt, and you begin to continue your work there as you still remembered some things. You were trying to bring back that connection. You were trying to heal yourself and others. You are a healer, a high priest, priestess. And after all that time, as I said, you lost yourself and you lost your twin, and you went through lifetimes searching for that piece of you, that piece of your soul. And now in this lifetime, when you met your twin, they activated that remembering inside you. So if you've experienced all of these 20 signs, you are a true twin flame. So you need to step into your divine purpose. Regardless if you're still separated from your twin, you need to begin to do that work on your own. And you'll find out what things you may need to do to help to remember more and move you down your ascension path. That will be in the next video. Thank you for listening. Now paint that rainbow in your heart and color the world. XOXO, Michelle.